Heyo, this is the final Boosh.
Heyo, in this madhouse.
And how do we get to this?
Look, I don't want this to become another we hate Mortal Kombat type of thing, because we don't.
I don't hate I don't hate MK1. Despite how bad WB and NRS wants us to, I still stand by the game is
solid
for a game, but I can't excuse it anymore with how Tekken 8 came out and just did everything MK1 didn't do. And how Street Fighter 6, for my problems with it, it's still solid.
I just don't understand. It's so confusing. It's like, why do you choose to be this way?
All this time we were given the benefit of the doubt to NRS.
Well, look, I understand some of it is NRS, but some of it is also WB.
Oh, that's the point I was trying to make. We used to put most of the blame on WB, but nowadays, especially after this combat cast, it's NRS.
Cause WB don't give a shit as long as they be like, just give me money.
Well, yeah, but remember, the one thing I said last time was the easiest thing that you should be able to do as a developer, and something that WB doesn't give a crap about, is fixing your game. WB doesn't care if the gameplay of MK1 is good. All they care about is where's the money.
Microtransactions and all that other bullshit.
Is where the money's coming from. They don't care if MK1 has to be a good game or not. And MK1 could have absolutely been a fantastic game.
Nothing was stopping it.
Nothing was stopping it from being a great game. And I defended it I didn't defend it, but I was optimistic. I would say.
Yeah, it's a difference between being mindlessly positive in the shell and being optimistic. It's
no, we're not True Underdog or anything. True Underdog seemed like he's like just a goddamn show. Like it's just like you have this big ass platform, and then I don't get it. I don't get how you sit there and openly lie to people's faces like
reward this bullshit.
It's gormless. NRS, the MK1 isn't doing as bad as we all think it is. So you see on the PlayStation, it's one of the best played fighting games on our play. Who cares?
Who gives a shit?
The game has problems now, and all the players in the world won't fix MK1's problems. Them lying to us about Johnny Cage being an assist and ended up being Janet Cage.
What you mean about that?
Earlier in the game where
the leaks.
And they started marketing. No. When they started marketing the game, it says something about one of the earlier cameos were going to be another Johnny Cage.
Oh, so like Johnny Cage cameo.
A Johnny Cage literal cameo. So we thought, okay, so this Johnny Cage doesn't have the green aura or anything like that. So that's going to be saved for. So
like the assist would have been the more Johnny Cage that we know.
The more, classic Johnny Cage.
Green orb, shadows, shit like that.
And it ended up being Janet Cage instead.
I mean,
it's not the most giant deal in the world, but it's still a lie.
It's a lie. It's a lie on top of the other lies that they gave.
I just don't get why the company is like this. I don't understand. You could have truly, I wouldn't say won over people, but you could have gained some goodwill back with this combat cast, this Peacemaker combat cast.
No, the Peacemaker combat cast was the worst. They didn't explain anything. They barely went over the patches. Peacemaker himself looked bland as fuck. It's like he just looked bland. I don't know.
Peacemaker is made out of several other characters.
He is. Obviously, you can clearly tell that he is.
When the microscope is on you, and all your fans is looking at you to turn this shit around, you show us a Chimera.
He's RoboCop, Jason,
and Adam from Injustice.
And Adam, he's a little bit of everybody. And some of Spawn too.
Like he's just psycho. Why the fuck would you show that?
Well, by then it's probably too late. But by the time people started getting on NRS's ass, which they clearly don't care about, by the time they started getting on NRS's ass, Peacemaker is most likely already in development.
I still wouldn't buy him. Even if MK1 was doing fantastic and I seen that shit, no, I'm not buying Peacemaker then.
No, I have literally put no money in MK1.
And that's good. That's one of the best decisions I have ever done. I wouldn't say we're NRS shills.
No.
I was positive on NRS because despite how people feel about MK, Mortal Kombat has brought me good times.
Yeah, it was a good series.
And I'm not as positive on the NRS era as some of these shows are. That's like calling us a show. But I'm not as positive on the NRS era like some of these people are. But at the very least, I can... MK9 I had good times with. Injustice 1 and 2 I have good times with.
MKX and mind you, I don't like... Listen, it's not the fact that I don't like it. I love MKX. I don't like the 50-50 gameplay of MKX.
Yeah.
And that's just it. It's not like I don't like MKX in general. It's just an aspect of the game that I can't get down with. But ever since 11, they just been shitting the bed constantly.
And everybody was all like, oh, well, 11's so bad. The next game's going to be good. It was literally the Camp Krusty. Like, Krusty's coming.
Krusty's coming, yeah.
Hold out a little longer. Krusty's coming. And now Krusty's here and it's Barney.
Barney?
Yeah, it's a joke from The Simpsons. It was Krusty, but it was actually Bernie Gumble.
Mr. Black. Anyway, I know also like I'm like trying to figure out what I'm trying to say, but that's just how profoundly disappointed I am with NRS.
And MK1 could have been such an easy slam dunk. The gameplay was there, man.
The concept was there. Oh, this is supposed to be a tag game or something?
Apparently. I didn't do my due research, but apparently the game was supposed to be a tag game.
I didn't know that.
Tag game DNA was founded in its code. And it seems as though, since NRS likes to reinvent the wheel every goddamn game, it seems as though at first, on some level of conception,
it was a tag game.
It was a tag game. And then they built out on that idea and they became cameos. So, and I'm fine with cameos. I'm fine with it. But just like, I don't get it, man. I'm so disappointed. And you can't blame WB. NRS, this is all NRS now. This is all NRS now. NRS, WB didn't tell them to make a shitty combat cast that gave us no information about the health of your game.
I mean, we got them birthday shoutouts though.
Birthday fucking shoutouts. Like, I just, and this is old news by this point, but I don't like making reactionary stuff on like how, because I didn't even know if I was going to talk about MK anymore. Because MK, I was so excited for MK to be such a big part of the channel. Because we got this platform and I wanted to share my love for Mortal Kombat.
Well, fighting games in general, Mortal Kombat is up there.
But now, like, now we finally got a YouTube channel and we can finally do stuff like this. And now MK is a shell of his former self.
MK11, no, I wouldn't even call MK1 a shell of his former self. MK1 was like the Street Fighter 6 of MK games. It was dumped down, it was watered down, but it had the content to survive, kind of, right?
Yeah.
MK11 is a shell, is a shadow.
I mean MK1.
MK11 I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
MK11 is a shadow of what the game used to be. MK1 is a fucking joke.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I ain't gonna hide it anymore. Yeah, it's a joke. It's a fucking joke. What else could it be? This has to be a long prank.
Because there's no way NRS and Warner Brothers is looking at this fucking game and saying it's okay. Why? When was people talking about this game being shit? For the past 4 or 5 months?
After the honeymoon period.
And then we had the Quan Chi patch, who was a trash character anyway. And then we had Peacemaker in between. Hypothetically, let's give them in between Peacemaker and Quan Chi. Well, Quan Chi and Peacemaker.
Yeah.
All that time, people talking shit about your game. Everything literally on fire.
I'd be embarrassed.
So you come out with virtually nothing.
No info.
No, fuck the info. When Peacemaker dropped, it was your time to fix this fucking game. It didn't have to be perfect, but goodwill is goodwill. Seeing that your foot is headed into the right direction is will give people the drive to keep playing your fucking game.
Even communication would have been fine enough.
No, but Radio Silent won. Then he come out with like this dog water ass patch and expect people to keep playing this fucking game.
I think radio silence is one of the core issues here. If we had an idea of what they were hitting for, then nobody, at the very least, nobody wouldn't be happy, but at least we have an idea of some kind of roadmap of where the game is going to be. in the next couple months.
There's no help in this game.
Nope.
No.
At one point, I thought the game was salvageable. And I wasn't hoping against hope because I had other games to play. But I kept MK1 in my peripheral. And I was hoping as an MK fan, as somebody who knows common sense, and I'm like, these guys obviously read the room, right? These guys know that Street Fighter 6, despite the issues, is making money. With communication and all, I mean, probably not nowadays.
Well, the term isn't communication, the term is transparency.
Street Fighter 6 is having its own issues.
No, Street Fighter 6 got its own issues.
Because if you were to ask me, I'm not talking about both games quality-wise. But if you
Street Fighter 6 definitely beat MK1 in terms of quality.
If you want to talk about how each company is handling their game post-launch, I would say Capcom and NRS are in the same boat.
Oh, definitely.
Lack of content, lack of communication, all that stuff. Bad business practices when it comes to microtransactions, they're in the exact same boat. The only difference is at least Capcom have a game to play. The people who play their Capcom game, at least they actually have a game to play with content.
Look, even if NetherRealm, it's good if WB get off their stop sitting on their fucking hands and allow NetherRealm to make this game the way it's supposed to be made, and it's the best game in the universe. Even if it beat Street Fighter 6, if it somehow beat Tekken 8 and stillborns Goro, right?
Goro,
the new Goro game.
Oh, yeah.
If it stillborns that, because it's not out yet.
Okay.
So if it's stillborn Goro, like the Goro have no chance of beating it. In the hypothetical world. If this is the most perfect, they fix this game to be the most perfect game, everybody loves it. I still won't trust them. Because there's no telling what they're going to do for MK13/2.
You mean, no, wait. MK1 is MK12. Oh, shit, yeah, fuck, man. I was calling it MK1 this entire time. It is MK12, yes, essentially, yeah.
They can make MK1 the most perfect game in the world and fumble the bag with the next game so hard. Again, you cannot trust this company. They're off my list. I'm sorry. I'm done.
And it's a shame. Like, I really do, like, conceptually, I really do like MK1 as a fighting game. Putting the flaws aside, if we're talking about mechanics, and I always said this before, if you would take away all these fighting games, like methods of communicating its presentation to you, right? If you would take away the graphics, take away the music, take away the voice acting sounds, take away all that stuff, and every fighting game had to survive off their mechanics. And in every fighting game, so Street Fighter 6, all the 2D games anyway, if you would compare, like, okay, let's say for example, and this is how I feel, if you will put Street Fighter 6 and MK1 in the same mode of presentation, so they're nothing but stick figures, and they solely had to win you over from their mechanics alone. So Street Fighter, you wouldn't know it was Street Fighter by looking at it. You wouldn't know it was MK by looking at it. And they just had to sell you off their mechanics. I'm pretty positive nobody will play Street Fighter 6. Nobody will play it. I'm positive.
I still, despite the issues with MK.
Oh, well, quick.
What?
So my meaning to that point is, I still think MK1's gameplay is good.
Yeah.
But the depth's not there. They're not adding anything to the game to fucking make the gameplay better.
It's a lot of roadblocks that make MK1 inherently isn't a shallow game.
No, it's a shallow game.
No, listen to what I'm saying. It's not inherently a shallow game. It's morphed to be a shallow game. As in, but everything you need is there, but like we said before, NetherRealm like the gatekeep and you can't do this and you can't do that. If they let any of that shit go, the game will improve massively. Massively. It's not like Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 stuff, I think Street Fighter 6 and MK1 suffer for the same issues gameplay wise. They're too limited. They're too shallow. They both suffer from the same issues. I don't give a shit how you care about Street Fighter 6, how you feel about it. I don't give a shit what you feel about MK1. Both games suffer from the same issues in my opinion. They're both very shallow, easy to figure out games. Characters in MK are very easy to figure out. And Street Fighter 6 been dropped since the beta.
I don't think Ed helped with that either.
Ed didn't help with that. No characters helped.
They say nerf JP, which I think they did a good job nerfing JP.
But what I'm saying is,
but I haven't been keeping up to date with either game, so I can't really speak on either one from a current meta perspective. But I have been, because for some reason I think MK1 in its current state is driving me to look at Street Fighter 6 again.
You mean playing it?
Yeah, like playing it.
No, here's the reason. Because as a product, as in, I would much at this point, and I know I was making a point earlier that you just steamroll me over, but we can move on from that.
Yeah, what did I steamroll you on?
Because I was saying something else and I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is both games suffer from the same issues. But at this point, I would much prefer to play Street Fighter 6 because I know despite it having the same issues,
go ahead.
Despite it having the same issues as MK1.
Not the same, similar.
No, similar. Despite it having similar issues to MK1, there's less bullshit involved. Less lies. Less terrible patches. Less glitches. Less shit. There's less shit to put up with in Street Fighter 6 than there is to put up with in MK1.
I can play Street Fighter 6 now knowing that down the road that game's probably going to be amazing.
Yeah, because Street Fighter 5.
Because it's going to get the patch and quality of life shit it needs. Fingers crossed.
Eventually.
I can't say the same for MK1. MK1 could be the exact same game 5 years from now.
And they still peddling shit for you to buy.
I'm thinking they're planning to support it for at least another 3 years.
Oh, it's going to be graveyard shift then.
So I can trust that Street Fighter 6, despite my issues with the game, is going to be in a much better spot.
In like 3 years.
In like 3 years. And MK1 is going to be, hopefully, I want this game to be great. I think this game has the drive to be great.
No, fuck that. I want to play MK.
I just want to play MK.
I just want to play MK. But I can't morally play MK. No, I can't promote this shit. And I know we small YouTubers. But personally, I can't play MK knowing that it's supporting a company that's willing to lie, rob, and cheat the way to fucking get this game done. I can't do that.
So you're under the impression that MK1 is a scam.
It's a scam. NetherRealm, and WB are pieces of shit.
No more sympathy for NRS.
No more sympathy.
No sympathy. You don't get my sympathy at all.
No more. I'm tired of it. So the only thing you gotta do is make a good fucking game. Why can't you do that? I don't understand the logic with these companies.
I don't get it.
Just do the right thing the first fucking time. That's all you have to do.
Look at how
why do you always have to try to cheat people? Oh, Tekken got patch problems. Tekken got rage quit problems. Yeah, okay, we get it. At least the game is good.
And it's new. It's probably something they should have dealt with from the rip.
Yeah, I understand it, but I don't understand the point of why these companies do shit like this. This is why gaming in general, in terms of hardcore gaming, is fucking dying. That's why they make games for casuals now, because they know they can get away with this shit. It's sad. Why do gaming have to be like this? I wish we would go back in the day when we had like the N64, PlayStation 2 type of sensibilities.
Well, the PS3, in my opinion, was the last good era.
I know. But I'm talking about the terms.
Come off as
no. Well, we're not boomers, but I'm talking about in terms of the mentality.
A complete game.
A complete game.
The best game you can.
At least as much transparency as you can. Like, for example, if this round start glitch that MK1 has is still in the game, and what I heard from it's worse. No. It's not just rating anymore.
It's not just rating. I think everybody can do it now.
Or the only people I've seen was rating is Sub-Zero.
And that's a buff to Sub.
But we gonna always get it's a buff. There you go, Tom.
It's the buff we always wanted.
I'm not sure if it's everybody, but if it's rated and it's Sub-Zero, it has to be more characters at this point. So
and they say they fixed it too.
They said they fixed
it.
But you made it worse. Even if it's a situation where they fixed it or rated and that was Sub-Zero, Why is it still a thing? And then why do you lie about fixing it? If they would have been transparent, if this was me and I was in charge of MK1, first, this game wouldn't even get this far to be like this anyway.
Well, if it was me, it would have been delayed.
But if I was in a situation where
hold that thought. If it was me, I swear I would delay this game up until the time Tekken 8 came out.
Oh, definitely.
That's how much dev time I think this game still needed. But go ahead.
If I was in charge of like this whole round start business, right? And I knew by the time Peacemaker came out, we still couldn't fix it. A part of that transparency word we was talking about, I would have been like, hey, you know what? This round start issue turned out to be a bigger problem than we thought it was. And I'm sorry that people's online abusing it. And I'm sorry that's ruining your experience with the game. Let's say here's like 5,000 dragon crystals or whatever the currency called. Or for the people, or maybe you do the right thing and make the fucking base character Shang Tsung free for everybody.
I would never understand why that's constantly a thing. I would never understand why that's constantly a thing. Shang Tsung was one of my favorite characters, and I never played them since this game came out because I decided not to buy in the FOMO. So I can't play Shang Tsung because I decided I didn't want to pay for the game early, or I didn't want to pay $100 for the game, or whatever the fuck how you get Shang Tsung. I think it's just a pre-order, but still, no, I can't play.
Shang Tsung is a character that was in the game who was taken out of the roster and put for DLC. That, in my opinion, is robbery. The game is supposed, now I can understand if the people who pre-order the game get him like a week earlier. Okay, cool. I don't give a shit. Or if they did the right thing, you could have did him like you did Frost.
Have him unlockable?
Have him unlockable at the end of story mode.
Quan Chi was also unlockable at the end of MK9.
Yeah, but he wasn't DLC at all. You just had to play the game.
I'm just saying.
How was Shao Kahn on MK11?
He just came with the game, didn't he? He was
a pre-order bonus. But how did it end up on him?
Oh, he was base roster.
Yeah, but what if you didn't pre-order the game? What happened?
Oh shit! Is this the same thing? I forgot.
As far as we know, it's the same thing.
I know Frost was the unlockable character for 11.
No, it was Frost and Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn was the pre-order bonus.
Shao Kahn was a pre-order bonus, and Frost was like the Quan Chi.
The story mode unlockable character. So I would have to assume that nobody, if you didn't pre-order the game, you didn't get Shao Kahn.
I'm not sure. Listen, I'm a strong dude. I don't trust interest as far as I can throw them, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty far. Okay? I'm assuming it's the same thing.
Yes, yeah. I'm going to go ahead. I think it's safe to assume that it's the same thing. So I would never get that practice, but no more. You know what? MK1 really showed me, and I didn't need to be convinced of this, but MK1 just really strengthened my conviction to vote with your wallet, and how it might not affect NRS or WB in the long run, but the moral victory sure feels nice.
Yeah.
And I was telling you, because you were kind of against the whole voting with your wallet thing. I'm not talking about
No,
I never said like you were going around saying pay for the stuff, but you were like, man, what's the point? No.
I was talking about like logically, morally and logically. That's what I was talking about. Morally, I will not buy anything for MK1. Morally, I didn't buy anything for Street Fighter 6, even though Street Fighter 6 deserved it way more than MK1. However, morally, I would say don't buy anything for MK1. They don't deserve it. And if you do, if you honestly buy it outside of a battle pass that you bought before or anything that you bought before, you're a fucking idiot. But logically,
that's what they want. They want idiots.
Yeah, logically it don't matter, because logically people still buying it. Logically, these tournament players still want to buy it because they got to be in the meta.
Well, why are you making air quotes like that's a bad thing?
Because I understand they're a small but loud vocal, part of the community, but they do have more sway than most of the casual audience. If they go to these tournaments and boycott this game, or do something in the intro like interest, we need you to fix this game, or they do something like not buy the next DLC characters or all that bullshit, I think that would lean a lot more than a couple of people who don't know what the fuck they talking about, screaming about something that don't matter. People need to start taking these companies the fucking task off this bullshit. It's stupid. And y'all all should be embarrassed of yourselves. Fucking idiots.
Okay, settle down. I think you're leaning a bit more idealistic. Like, that's not how this works. They want to compete to make money. So they have to buy the next character unless they're just going to go to a tournament and get stomped by a matchup that they don't know.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That they all need to essentially go on strike and boycott the game.
Well, isn't that what's essentially happening now? Is it like most of the rest players going to play Tekken?
I mean, fine, but they still play Mortal Kombat.
Maybe they just like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's fine to like Mortal Kombat. I like Mortal Kombat. You think I don't want to play MK1? Of course I want to play MK1. But it's just that these people need to boycott. We need to boycott MK1. Stop having tournaments for it. Stop showing the game attention. Stop giving them money. Casual's still gonna do it, yeah. But believe me, a lot of this shit go by, like a lot of their promotion is done by tournaments. Done by the YouTubers who cover their content. The hardcore carries them. Casuals are just the people to give them money without thinking about it. But how is the word going to get out if
casuals carry them?
No.
Casuals are the lifeblood.
Casuals are the people who are in or out. They're not the lifeblood.
The hardcore is the heart. The casuals are the blood. In this technology, we're just making up all of a sudden.
I don't agree with that.
How? The hardcore is the people keeping the game.
No, I know what you are saying. We are keeping the game alive.
The blood is the casuals that just kind of just circulate, and that's what it does.
Yeah, but just like blood, you can lose it and get replaced with other ones.
You just eat.
Yeah.
What is that?
That was way from high school. Just
it's going meta.
It's like
eat and get you back blood. Oh my god.
The people, casuals, are important. But casuals are the nitpicky bunch without a voice.
Wait, you mean hardcore?
No.
No, what?
Casuals are sheeple. They're gonna go to this game, flop the money on it, and go back to playing Call of Duty.
Well, would you really call them sheeple because they just don't understand?
Who cares? They should understand.
I think you'd be the
No, they are not stupid. They have the ability to read. They have the ability to make the same decisions that everybody else is capable of making.
But that's not their responsibility.
Sheeple.
I think that's a little aggressive.
I don't think it's aggressive.
Wouldn't you call shills sheeple? I wouldn't call
no, don't get it wrong. Shills is a problem too.
I wouldn't call shills. I mean, I wouldn't call casuals shills.
Casuals are not immune to the same information hardcore people get.
But
you don't got to know frame data to know a game is cheating.
Boy, what I'm trying to tell you is that the casuals, that's not their responsibility.
I don't see how it's not.
Their responsibility of all they want to do is, all they see is dope. New MK game. I'm gonna play it for 15 minutes, do a fatality, have some fun with my friends for a weekend, and then come back to it every now and again if they bring out Peacemaker or Omni Man or Homelander, guys that I can recognize from other stuff that I watch. They're not responsible.
I never say they are responsible.
But you're calling them sheeple.
I am.
Why?
I never say they were responsible because they privy to the same information that we are privy to.
But it's not their responsibility.
Okay, you are ignoring what I'm saying.
It's NRS's responsibility to make sure this game satisfies everyone.
You don't have to because they got sheeple. If the sheeple listen to the people who actually play the games, or people who actually have a critical opinion of the game, who can guide them in the right direction.
Some casuals do. Not
all of them.
But not all. But why are you blaming casuals?
I'm not blaming casuals.
Seems like you are.
They're sheeple.
There you go again. Why are they sheeple?
Because they just go to where they're told to go.
Sheeple, okay. Maybe we have two definitions of the term sheeple. Sheeples for me are sheeple for me are people with the information and decides to go along with whatever plan or whatever what's bad for something.
No, that's a shill.
That's a shill.
A sheeple is a sheep that is a person. You can guide sheep to do what you want them to do. You don't have to tell sheep shit. They just go there.
No, the whole idea of sheeple is that they're as dumb as a sheep, but you have the autonomy of a person.
No, you look
right.
No. Sheeple is just calling somebody a sheep. That's all. A shill is somebody with the information that's still going along. Either they got some insider information, as in they getting their wheels greased, or they just generally just a shill for the game. A casual is a sheep. They just in and out.
If the world was made of magic and it was all underground, right? And no casual knew about the world, like magic actually being a real thing, would you call them sheeple? They don't know any better.
Yeah, especially when you hear articles and stuff and magic and stuff existing, especially when you had a whole platform called Magic Tube that tell you that you are being robbed. Exactly.
I guess. All right. I can see. All right. Fair enough. I guess. We've been arguing about this sheeple thing for a cool 5 minutes now.
My whole point is they have the same autonomy as everybody else. Now, at the end of the day, you can make your choice. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to make a choice. For example, if I want to go play MK1, I can go play MK1. I still find the game fun.
Yeah, I still kind of in a way where.
But am I giving money to MK1? Fuck no. I would literally go back and pay for the entirety of Tekken 7 before I pay for 1 ounce of MK1. I would go back and pay everything that Street Fighter 6 up to this point to pay one straw penny to MK1.
One scruple,
1 rupee.
Would you want to give? So you want to pay 20 rupees for an astronaut outfit?
Yeah.
You would do that?
Matter of fact, I will go to Street Fighter 6, buy all the DLC, all the stages, and those 15 fucking dire costumes. And rub it in around, find some way to rub it in her ass face.
I guess you're made out of stronger stuff than me, man, because I don't know if I could do that. I didn't know you felt that strongly about it. I know you were irritated. And that's why I let you talk for most of this, because you seem like you're a lot more irritated than I was. And I'm just kind of over it. I just thought, you needed the vent. So I was like, well, just record it.
Look, I don't know.
And that's what these are. These are kind of just like scatter fiery thoughts about what's currently going on, and we just kind of wanted to make content on it. I mean, that's all. I don't know if it's going to be any good.
We're not MK haters.
I'm not an MK hater.
It just happened to be like, out of all the games right now, MK is the one actually marching into their death. And they're not zombies. They're stupid people actively walking to their death.
And you know what? I used to say that I still stand that MK1 is a better fighting game than Street Fighter 6, because I think Street Fighter 6 is way too bland for its own good. But you know what? I'm gonna take it back. I think Street Fighter 6 is a better fighting game now, because at the very least, you know what? Yeah. When I say Street Fighter 6 is better than MK1, when I say MK1 is better than Street Fighter 6, I mean core mechanics. I don't particularly mean fighting system.
Yeah.
Because if we're just talking about fighting systems, then Street Fighter has a lot more going on. But I'm talking about main hooks, gimmicks. Cameo is just a lot more interesting of a mechanic than Drive.
Did everybody play the same meter?
Then everybody play the same meter. And that's what I always meant. I think Street Fighter 6 is a better fighting game. I can't believe I wasn't even paying attention to what I was saying. Street Fighter 6 is overall a better fighting game.
MK1 is a more interesting fighting game.
MK1 is a more interesting fighting game. And I will put up with MK's mechanical issues because it has a solid gimmick. The cameo system, despite it being tag, or if it was supposed to be tag or not.
And don't get it twisted, they're all gimmicks. Heat, gimmick. Drive, gimmick. Focus attack, gimmick. They're all gimmicks.
So yeah, all this time I meant that MK1 had a lot more interesting gimmick.
You gotta look at fighting games like Pokemon, especially these long running ones.
So this is their like mega evolution and shit like
that. Yeah, like you gotta think of it. Yeah, like Pokemon is the same foundation with different gimmicks. Well, that's Street Fighter 4, 5, and 6 are all the same foundation with different gimmicks. Same thing with MK, even though they keep.
No, MK doesn't have a foundation.
That's what I was about to say. It's generally the same.
MK doesn't have the foundation. For how much shit I give Street Fighter 6, Drive being uninteresting, The balance of the game being bad. The game pandering too hard to casuals. The game putting too much resources. The dev team putting too much resources into World Tour, and not actually giving the game the quality of life stuff it needs. The stupid Avatar costumes that it seems like Capcom is looking more for shills, trying to get whales, than actually making an interesting fighting game.
And don't forget that Street Fighter 6 seemed like it's more interested in being a product than a better fighting game.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Despite all my issues with Street Fighter 6, it is a better fighting game. It's just the gimmick is bad.
The hook.
And this is not something you can just, just wait for a patch. No, the drive system is Street Fighter 6. And to me, that needs to be more interesting before I even give a crap about that game.
I can play it.
But MK1 has a better gimmick, and it's a franchise I'm more soft on. But everything else about the game that could have been good isn't here.
Dumpster fire. MK1 is such a big dumpster fire that it's pouring over to the restaurant or whatever that dumpster is next to. It's burning every adjacent building next to it. If you're an MK content creator, get out now. Get out now. Your numbers slowly gonna start dwindling.
I don't understand how you can have a big platform and defend this shit. I don't understand how you can look at Peacemaker and say, "Oh, look at all the cool Peacemaker combos." Yeah, I've seen them before. I've seen them when he was Jason.
Let's be fair.
And I've seen them when he was Terminator.
Let's be fair.
What?
You don't have to be a show because Fate fight all of our known enemies is still an idiot.
Yeah, but NRS makes him right.
Yeah, he's still an idiot.
So is he really?
He's not a complete. He's Fate is right. Fate is doing the run. Fate is doing the right thing.
So Fate's not a Fate. Would you consider Fate's not a shape of it?
No, Fate is.
But he's a casual that's a no-need.
Fate is an idiot that got lucky. He don't know anything about the gameplay, and I know that's what the beef with Sikander and him was. Sikander's beef with him isn't the fact that he's wrong about everything he say. It's the fact that he went too far in what he said.
Well,
he's wrong about the gameplay.
His argument, this is just random, but like I said, we're just kind of talking.
He don't know how to play the game. He shouldn't talk about the gameplay.
His argument was weird. He had a problem with combos and MK and how combos are long. And then he would play Tekken 8 and say, combos are good there. I like the combos, even though they're longer than Mortal Kombat.
And they kill you.
And don't get me started if you're near a wall or on a floor with a special effect.
Yeah, but that beef was about him talking about the gameplay when he's ass at the game. Mind you, I haven't played MK in months, but I guarantee you, I could put a day into the game and be better than him.
Yeah, but that's because
with Natara.
That's because he's ignorant. He's a casual with a platform.
That was an issue. Yeah, he's a casual with a platform who was speaking well above his belt.
Don't get me wrong, he's a Mortal Kombat hardcore.
Yeah.
But as learning or being involved in fighting games,
the minutia,
he might as well just be a casual.
Yeah, that's generally just it. You could be casual and be hardcore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to understand how to play the fighting game to enjoy the fighting game.
Yeah. Which is why Street Fighter 6 works.
This is why Street Fighter 6 works. Because the game actively rewards you for not knowing how to play it.
Okay, settle down. It's not that bad. That's one of my major problems with the game, because I feel as though that a lot of the depth in the game is watered down. But I wouldn't say it rewards you for not knowing how to. Okay, it kind of does. Perfect Parry.
See, now you thinking about it, right? See,
Perfect Parry is the worst mechanic. I feel that's the
Okay, here's what we're talking about. Drive Rush lead to YOLO. Drive Impact lead to YOLO.
Drive Impact I feel is useless. Drive Impact is a spectator mechanic.
Yeah, but it leads to YOLO,
I guess.
And Parry leads to YOLO.
Parry's the only mechanic I feel that's truly random about.
It's too easy to do.
If you could take away, if Perfect Parry can get more execution to it, then the game is significantly less random. Because maybe parry needs to be if you drop, like kind of like how Smash does it with their parry. And I hate that.
No. Fuck all that. Keep parry the combination of buttons that it is. What parry need to do is stop being a stance. Parry should not be a stance. You should have to time your parries like a third strike. But instead of pressing forward, I don't think that
solves the issue.
It does,
because it still makes it where, oh well, if I time it within this window,
no, that's fine. The issue with
the beef with the game though.
The issue with parry is that you hold it in the stance and it automatically blocks it for you.
Yeah, but
if you tie it to the same buttons and have it be a prompt instead of a stance, meaning you get punished after you miss the parry.
You're not listening. You're not
listening.
No, listen. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Roll it back. The issue with perfect parry is that unlike third strike, when you have to sacrifice your defense in order to do a parry attempt, in Street Fighter 6 you enter a posture, and then within the first couple of frames of that posture, if you hit it, you get a perfect parry. The way you're suggesting it is that doesn't fix the problem. All you do is, okay, well, you don't hold the button anymore. Okay, but you still have the problem of perfect parry randomly coming up.
How?
Because you don't change the window. You enter a posture, yes, but the issue is that instead of doing something that's instead of having an executional requirement for perfect parry, you're still entering a stance, which means the only requirement is to hit medium kick and medium punch.
No, that's fine, because in my world in this situation is, listen, my world for parry is that it's either you parry and you succeed, or you miss and you get punished. That's why I said turn it to a posture, not a posture. What it is? Yeah, a posture, like a pose. You turn it into a pose instead of having you being able to hold it. So it's either you get the perfect parry, or you just get hit.
See, I'm gonna still stand by and say that doesn't really fix the core problem.
I think it does.
But my solution would be
you're adding more shit.
No, my solution would be you still keep everything. You still keep that core, that drive parry mechanic, where you hold it and you get to absorb multiple hits like red parry. You still keep that, but perfect parry only activates once you drop the stance within a couple of frames.
No, fuck all that.
That makes it better. That means you can keep blocking, but the time you want to parry a specific attack, you let go of the button and the perfect parry activates. That makes it deliberate.
It is deliberate if you parry with a purpose.
No, right now it's not.
Fuck all that blocking shit. Why do that's a spectator mechanic.
No, we can play right now, and I guarantee that we can keep perfect parry will come out undeliberately most of the time.
No, I know what you are saying. The problem that stems from the problem you are talking about, that the reason why that window exists is because parry is a stance. It's because you can consistently keep using it.
Oh, I disagree.
I'm talking about turning parry to the way Street Fighter 5 handle. Just add the perfect parry in there.
But yeah,
even third strike had normal parries and perfect parries.
My dude, look, what I'm saying is that if you still want to keep perfect parry the way in your world, in the way you will make the game,
I would just make it like 5 for Street Fighter 5.
If you would make it like Ryu's counter in Street Fighter 5, if you would make it like that but keep perfect parry, it'll be the same problem. Instead, it'll be more instances of getting counter hit it, yes, but it'll be still the same problem of perfect parry coming up indeliberately.
Didn't third strike have regular parries and perfect parries?
Yes, but
why can't they do it again?
Because that's what I'm saying.
What you are talking about, yes, when you're moving forward in third strike, you cannot block. Agreed?
Yes, that makes it a risk. That gives you the
execution. You know what else make it a risk? Making you commit to an animation that if you miss, you get punished. Making you commit to an animation. You don't have to hold forward in that case. Because that's an executional barrier for people. Street Fighter 6 was already dumbing down the executional barrier. So why not take the third strike parries, combine it with the way you did it in Street Fighter V, and keep the frame data the way it is.
But isn't that essentially what it is now?
No, it's not. It's a block button. Parry is essentially a block button in Street Fighter 6. That's the issue with parry. That's why it kills all form of fucking... what's the word? M-word?
Minutia?
No. Moving forward.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It kills all types of flow. That's why parry kills all flow in Street Fighter 6.
But my problem isn't parry. My problem is perfect parry.
Fuck perfect parry. You turn into everything. The only thing you are doing is you are turning it into third strike parry.
So you'll be getting rid of third. But perfect parry.
Okay, in my world,
perfect parry isn't third strike. It's red parry.
I know. You are getting rid of the, I'm going to hold this parry button, destroy all types of uki and pressure, right?
Okay.
That's how Street Fighter 6 is now, right? What I am doing is you are taking that initial stance the character take and turning it to a context-sensitive prompt that either you lose or you don't.
Okay.
It's a risk. So let's say this.
Hold on.
You missed.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
That's why I think we have two different definitions, or we have two different feelings towards the parry. That's why I think we're not agreeing on the situation.
You want to keep it the way it is.
We have two different ideas.
You want to keep it the way it is,
but add an
execution requirement. I am taking out everything, just leaving the execution. You should be rewarded for parrying. You should not be sitting there parrying everything.
You don't like that part. See,
I will get rid of all of that because it's not. You are comparing it to a shield in Smash Brothers.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is we have two different. Yeah.
I know what you said.
We have two different feelings.
Yeah, you say you want to keep everything the way it is.
I thought we were on the same page when it came to, but we're not on the same page.
No.
I have one vision of parry, you have another vision, and we thought we were on the same page.
Yeah, what you wanted to keep it like it was.
Yeah, I don't want to violate.
Add a drop element to it that leads to a perfect parry if you drop quote unquote shield at the right time.
And make it deliberate.
What I am doing is making it a committal option that you need to devote to and call somebody out on, like how parry is supposed to.
So in your version, the whole absorption gimmick wouldn't be there.
It would turn to a Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 3 X parry.
Now that we've kind of understand, we got more in the understanding idea. I get what you're talking about.
Yeah, you take a stance. If you're too late, counter hit.
I still think both works.
Yeah, but I think this is more simpler. You take a stance. If you get hit, counter hit. If you don't, you perfect parry or regular.
How do we get there?
We did say this is going to be a mess.
It's not like a mess. We just kind of talking off the top of the dome. We got some time to burn, so we just decided to do this. But you think we should wrap it up?
Yeah, we gotta go to the gym anyway.
All right. So if you made it this far, because this is going to be damn near like probably after editing, probably like 40-something minutes.
Thank you, by the way. Sorry for the rants.
Look, I think it's a part of our channel. I don't think we need to have this big structured thing. It's just something where if you want to chat in the comments about it, and of course we'll answer in comments. If you want to chat on the comments, we're here. It's just something we wanted to put out. That's all. It's
Look,
no big deal.
I'm gonna end it like this. Despite the issues of Street Fighter 6, if you want to play it, play it. Despite the issues of MK1, if you want to play it, play it. And everybody should be playing Tekken 8 because the game actually deserves it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, in Under Night, all those games deserve it. Only thing I'm asking for everybody to do, if it's Street Fighter 6, MK1, Tekken, Under Night, whatever, is vote with your wallet. That's the only thing I'm asking people to do. If you don't like the direction Street Fighter 6 is going, don't support it. Same thing with the other games. Yeah, it may not make a difference,
but the moral victory is better. Look,
fuck FOMO.
We didn't put any money into Street Fighter 6
or MK1.
I might buy Ed, but I'm not playing Street Fighter 6 competitively, so I don't mind that Ed is pretty much useless because Luke's still in the game. But
no, man, because
I play like boxers.
I'm actually think I'm gonna go if we play Street Fighter 6. I'm actually gonna think I'm gonna put some money into it because you know what, Street Fighter 6 can be everything, and yeah, they're taking a lot of shortcuts and making a lot of dumb decisions, like the year patch and all that bullshit. but at least we know if it's a company that's going to give it the time of day. I'm gonna try Aki out.
I don't know where MK1's going to be.
I'm not putting any money into MK.
But oh yeah, that's what I was saying. The moral victory of kind of calling MK1 out on its potential BS ahead of time feels so much better. I feel so much better knowing that I didn't put a red dime into this game.
Other than initial pay, we need to know how the gameplay. I don't mind initially playing for it.
And now I know they will never get my money unless I see Mark the Poop.
No more, never.
I don't care if it's MK12.
Never a day one purchase ever again.
I feel as though that interest needs to be gutted out and put in with some new blood. But all those guys need to be gutted out.
Who said it? Who said that?
I don't know.
Mike Hollow? Give it to From Software. I guarantee you From Software can make a better Mortal Kombat game than NetherRealm at this point. And we have the orchestrated music.
So you can still enjoy MK1. I think if I played MK1 and if the issues didn't bother me as much as they do that caused me not to play it, yeah, I would still enjoy MK1. I still think underneath the bullshit, it's a good game.
Potentially.
But at this point, no, I can't support interest. The Peacemaker patch and the Peacemaker Combat Cast showed you where their priorities are.
Look, Street Fighter 6 to me is a bad good game. MK1 to me is a good bad game. If that make any sense to you.
So Street Fighter, I don't think Street Fighter 6 is a bad game.
No, that's what I'm saying. Street Fighter 6 to me is a bad good game.
Street Fighter 6 is a game with a design decision that I don't think makes the game good.
So it's a bad no. I mean, I
wouldn't call it bad.
No, it's a bad good game. As in, I don't like the direction where it's going, but everything else surrounding the game is good. Mortal Kombat to me,
no, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's getting
too much concentration on Avatar.
Okay, I'm aware of that stuff, but it's getting support. It's getting supported.
It is. Street Fighter 6, the core of the game is to support it. We got Ed. We got a balance patch. I think the balance patch did a pretty good job. It didn't change the meta or anything.
Hey, it's better than NetherRealm's balance patches.
Good point. But no. Street Fighter and MK has the exact same issue.
I'm aware, but like when we get back to my point, I think Street Fighter 6 is a bad good game, and Mortal Kombat 1 is a good bad game. I think the positives of MK1 are vastly overshadowed by the negatives, and I think the bad points of Street Fighter 6 is vastly overshadowed by the positives. If I said that right, this is a hell of a rant.
Yeah. Okay, so let's wrap it up here. I would like to thank you for watching.
If you made it this far, really thank you.
This is a mess, but if you made it this far, give it a like.
Give your opinions in the comments too.
Yeah, I would love to hear what people think.
Watch that backlog.
Yeah, watch the backlog. That's all I'm asking. I'm not going to sit here and beg you for subscriptions, but definitely give our backlog a shot. I think we're starting to find starting to come into our own as content creators a little bit. So yeah, give our content a watch. And thank you for listening, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.